What's going on, everyone? So I'm not going to hold out anymore. We're going to get to the dyno numbers. But first, I really want to thank everyone. And it's not going to be just in this video. I'm going to have literally what I call the mullet tour. I'm going to go around and, you know, show everyone the car in person that's really put a hand into it, that's really made this thing happen. It all started with, you know, BMR. BMR suspension was a big kickstart to this car. Telly from Valletto Customs, you know, having him do this car, it wouldn't have been possible without him. Having, you know, Doug Dinnerbilt working on this car, you know, the exhaust, he made it happen. He made so much of the electronics in this thing happen. And it's just, you know, everyone that's put a hand into this car has really made it what it is. Jeremy, obviously being the tuner, I would not take this car to anyone else to tune because I know his work. I've had him tune other cars for me. You know, there's just a long list of people that have made this car happen, and I hope to, you know, get the mullet on and do a little what I call the mullet tour, and really take you guys along for that experience. I'm really happy, if you can't tell. And I'm usually like, I'm a even-keeled kind of person, so some of my videos might be like, what's wrong with that? But like the butterflies or whatever you want to call them, the smiles per gallon, it's still all so new, and it's just too much. Spinning. How the dyno day went overall. So most of you have already realized dyno was done at Faster Proms. A lot of you have seen my car in one of Cletus's videos, and I'm getting all these comments about that. That's just so funny. I actually met Cletus. He's such a chill guy. Without any further delay, you can see I'm so excited because I got the mullet on, so Mullet Mo is out to play. Y'all keep up with my Instagram. You know I've had some struggles with this car. That's why her name is Nightmares01. And I get to the dyno first time with the car in December. Things didn't go well. A coil pack was dead. One of the cylinders wasn't firing. We couldn't find another coil pack. And a few other things were a little wonky with the car. So I had to go back, take it back to the shop. We had to address some things. And I come back to the dyno again in February. And we're still having some issues. So that's the second issue. Was when I came back, it wasn't getting enough fuel. So Jeremy hooked me up with some bigger fuel injectors and a secondary pump. So I got 2 fuel pumps in there right now. And with all that extra work, why not E85? So before the car actually got on the dyno, Jeremy and the crew decided to go do some hooning at their local little circle track. He invites me along, and super awesome since I'm a veteran. He gave me a veteran ride. Hope to see that video on his channel soon.
Hope the battery's not dead.
Come on, start. Oh.
That was just absolutely awesome. I mean, I've been to drift events, before, but I'm telling you, no one drifts like Jeremy in that car, and that supercharger whine is insane. Being an Uncle Sam is just a whole another experience. So I'm so happy I got to be part of that. That was so cool. Once we went through like 3 tires, debeating and all that, it was a crazy experience, and I hope I get to do that again, honestly, because even with Nightmare, that'd be pretty cool. Get some drifting done. Oh! This is so much fun. Just to beat in another tire. No thing, you know, just killing tires out here with faster proms. It's freaking awesome. Whoa! Whose truck is this? It barely got any brakes. So we get back to the shop, square away a few things. Initially, everything was going good, honestly. This was the 3rd time was the charm for this 3rd gen. So guys, the final numbers, and I'm just rounding to the nearest one whole number, and these are actually pretty close if you're taking averages on all the runs. So let's think about a stock 2012 ZL1, and that's what this engine is from. Let's say the engine is stock, the car is stock, manual transmission just like mine. We're looking, from what I found on the internet, an average 500 wheel horsepower, 500 pound-feet of torque to the wheels. So if you're looking at the number from the manufacturer at the crank, ZL1 back then was making 580 horsepower, 556 pound-feet of torque. So let's look at what we did here. I already listed the basic mods, Brian Tooley Stage 2 cam, Lingenfelter pulley kit, I think is that 2.55. I bought the part like 2 years ago. We're going to go into details later on all that. Hooker headers. Let's see, that port-up throttle body by Jeremy, faster proms. The bigger injectors, have to get the specs from Jeremy on those. And I mean, really, otherwise than that, the engine is stock. There really isn't much done to it. I could potentially get so much more from what these numbers I'm about to tell you. So now that we know what the stock LSA puts out in a stock ZL1, let's talk about the numbers I'm getting from after all that work and Jeremy's awesome work with the tune. So on 93 gas, the number is 630 wheel horsepower and 610 pound-feet of torque. That is 130 horsepower gain and 110 pound-feet of torque gain. That is freaking awesome. So you're looking at numbers at the crank making that close to 710 horsepower. And you won't believe this, a devilish 666 pound-feet of torque. That is a lot on just 93, in my opinion. It actually just exceeded what I thought it would do, just estimating what all the parts say they would add in horsepower. I'm very happy with it because honestly, it just spins the tires anyways. So you really have to ease into the throttle. So it's more than enough power for this car. Now on E85, the numbers get crazier. You're looking on E85, and this was about a 60% mix, maybe 56% mix when we had it on the dyno. That number is insane. 669 wheel horsepower and 638 pound-feet of torque. That is insane.
Usually the first E85 pull is a little soft, and then the next one is a little bit better.
With the fuel flushing through.
Because you have a return-style fuel system, it happens really fast, whereas normally most cars have to wait, but there's still some in there. So it's like when I got on it, it still had this rich spot right here was that, and it's richer through, but it cleans up. So it looks like it leans out, but it doesn't. We've got plenty of room. I'm gonna do it again. Yeah, I'll run it again here in a moment, and we'll see how we go.
More power than I thought I'd ever make, so.
This is a great number, and I mean, you could be competitive with whatever. You know, it makes a bigger, heavier car just get out of its own way so fast, you know, so that's cool.
So cool.
Only 54% too, by the way. It will make more, not a lot more, but it'll make more.
I actually had a question on that. Will auto tune, let's say I have an empty tank of 93 and I put full 85 and it's like almost 95%, but we've only tuned it on a tank that's 65%.
Totally fine. It does take care of itself. So a full tank is usually only going to register between 78 to 82% anyway. That's just kind of what E85 shows. But even then, so it's like you'll go from 54%, which is what we see right there, to, you know, that. And it might make another 15 or something like that. So
I watched your video. Made a lot more sense.
yeah, cool. Oh, I saw that. You commented on that.
670 wheel horsepower, guys, and 640 pound-feet of torque. That is insane. That would put the crank number somewhere around 750 horsepower and 696 pound-feet of torque. I mean, yeah, there probably is a third gen with an engine maybe making as much power or more, but remember that all the supporting components that went into this, and this little clip of Jeremy doing this quick street tune, literally saying he has never been in a faster third gen.
I don't know of a faster third gen.
Jeremy said it, everyone. He doesn't know about a faster third gen.
I can't think of a faster third gen that I've been in.
So I am very happy with the results. I can't wait to come bring some more videos for you guys. I am gonna go into everything about this car. I think the first one, really honestly, because I get so many questions about it, is the tires and wheel specs. It did take some work. We'll get into that later, a special video. And really anything you guys wanna see about the car, whatever gets the most votes and comments, that's what I'm gonna be doing videos on at first and kind of give you guys what you wanna see. So guys, let's talk in particular to the horsepower and torque gains from the stock car engine. So this was a RS Heritage Edition, 25th anniversary. It had the 305, and that 305, I actually had it on the dyno, and it did, to be exact, 157 horsepower and 239 pound-feet of torque. GM was definitely underrating this car because they rated the 305 at 170 horsepower crank. What were the gains? So we're looking at gains of 470 horsepower and 370 pound-feet of torque on the 93 setup. And then 510 horsepower and 400 pound-feet of torque to the wheels on the E85 setup. That is an insane amount of power, practically 4 times the power in this car than stock, and you can feel it. It's freaking insane. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. There's a lot more to come. Please stay tuned. I look forward to bringing this car out there for you guys. Remember to subscribe. A lot of upcoming content. This thing's going to be driven. It's going to be raced. It's going to go to every type of race event possibly, other than a rally. I'm not putting this thing in dirt. We're not rally crossing the Nightmare Z01. We'll drift it. We'll drag it. We'll autocross it. We'll take it to track days, but we are not taking it in the dirt. I know, you'd think with the mullet, this thing would be like, yeehaw, Dukes of Hazzard or something. So make sure to subscribe. Click that little bell notification button. Apparently that's where it's at. Make sure to share this video, anyone that you think is interested. I'm currently on Facebook, Mullet Mo. Currently on Instagram, obviously, Nightmare ZL1. Even on TikTok, that's a little fun app, as Nightmare ZL1 as well. So look it up. That's it for the dyno.